Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to La Lido Loca. Welcome to Cruising Night Live, and welcome to a show where I will reveal the beef. The beef I have with a Royal Caribbean Star of the Seas. Now, this wasn't always going to be a beef show. This was going to be a love fest, a straight up love fest. This was going to be a disgusting love fest. Here was the original thumbnail for tonight's show. Look, do you see it here? I love these 5 things about Star of the Seas. That's what I was going to do. But, you know, the closer we got to showtime, or the closer I got to putting up the show of what to talk about tonight, I said, no, I can't do it. I can't do it because there's a few things that are gnawing on me. And I can't go full love fest until I get these things off my chest. Now, look, it's going to be super petty, right? This is going to be the dumbest thing anybody has ever complained about in their life. But sometimes you have to complain about the dumb things. Am I right? Now, look. I was fooling around with the new feature. They have a super chat goal here. And I wanted to make it worth everybody's while. So if you look at the little goal in the top left, if we get 15 super chats in the first half hour, I will say something about Royal Caribbean that could get me canceled. And so I figured, what would it be worth for me to get canceled, maybe never get to sail on Royal Caribbean again? $75. That's it. So we're trying the new feature that YouTube has put out there. If you want to do it, that's fine. But just know that you are holding my fate in your hands. And if enough people want to see me get cancellated, then super chat away. Okay, let's go to screen numero 2. We'll go back to the regular screen first. Let's go to no overlay. We're gonna go. Here it is. No overlay. Are you guys ready? First, let me say hello to the lovely Jenny B. We're going to talk more about that. It won't take long for me to get through this nitpicking, and then we're going to talk about the trauma. I mean, it's not bad trauma, but we're going to talk about the challenge that Jenny B and I've had since we got home from our little trip. Okay, here we go. Let's do this. All right. Now, what I am situated in right here is between 2 of the included food options in the Aquadome market. Now, I got to give Icon of the Seas, Star of the Seas kudos for having a ton of included food. Normally, I give Carnival the nod when it comes to included food. I think on the Icon class, Royal is going to take the trophy. And 2 of the things that I'm excited about is the Feta Mediterranean. Let's just do we don't have to do a walkthrough, but there's 4 or 5 restaurants in this Aquadome market. You got the Feta Mediterranean. You got the how do you say that? I haven't been able, it's a tough word. Cocinitia? I don't know. But they got the Mexican place. They also have barbecue, they have a Thai food place, and they have a creperie. So like five things. The food was good. We'll do a little video. We'll do a little walk and talk here of some of the food before I get to my complaining. Let's go. Is a rape, is it? Let's see. No, that's not what I want. We want this. We want to pick this one. Pick me, they say. Pick me. Oh, wait, you can't see that. Never mind. Where's it at? We maybe have to go back over here. I got too much production value tonight. Hold, please. Choose file. You got to see this video. I think you'll like it. I think it's going to be orientated the wrong way is the only problem. Let's go back. Why is it running again? I don't know. Okay, here's the deal. Do you guys see this line through my head? No, okay. At the Mexican place, they only had spinach and cheese and chicken empanadas. How can you have an empanada place and not have a beef empanada? Am I crazy? in thinking that that's wrong. That's the beef I have, the lack of beef in the empanada. Am I insane? Look, I don't know who planned these menus at this Aquadome market, but no beef empanada? For real? Royal? And then another offender here is this feta Mediterranean. You know what they make over there? They make gyros. They make gyros, and they offer falafel. You can get falafel on a pita. That's traditional Mediterranean. And then they have a big, one of those spit of meat, whatever you call it. One of those big things that they carve. Only chicken. There's no lamb gyro meat for the gyro place. Am I crazy? How do you not have lamb? They got the tzatziki, they got the feta cheese, they got the pita bread. The only thing that's missing is the lamb. Like I said, it's probably the most nitpicky thing that you could ever imagine, but both myself and my brother-in-law, Steve, looked at each other in bewilderment and puzzlement and confusion as to how you don't have a beef empanada and you don't have the lamb meat. Do I have a picture? The crepe was amazing. Let me see if let's go back over here. Look at that crepe. Let's look at it again. Chocolate, hazelnut, creperie. Okay, that's my beef. That's my beef. Now, I do have one more thing that I could say that I think I would get canceled from Royal for saying, but I'm not going to say it unless you pay me to say it. That's a weird position for me to take, and because normally I just say anything, but I can't put my reputation on the line gratis tonight. So yeah, look, we do have a couple super chats. Let me acknowledge that. Lori and Gary Cruz, when you guys going to be on my podcast? I've asked time and time again. Do you guys like the podcast? My friend Don Terrace and I are going to record tomorrow. And then I also have the new show going on with my friend Tommy Casabona. So make sure you're following the Cruise Talk Network. And then if Lori and Gary would ever be on the podcast, you could hear from them. They're zany. They're wacky. Make sure you check them out. Let's see. Lori and Gary said they don't want me to get canceled, but they always want to support. Thank you very kindly for the super chat. And then Kimberly Ann says, going on Star in January. Love your shows and your videos. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let me go ahead and subject myself to this level of hate also. I'll make a poll about the new theme song since a lot of people want to talk about that. I think it's too long. I just want to say that. I love it, but it's too long. Do you like the cruise show theme song? Theme song. Question mark. Do you like the punk rock, the awesome punk rock? I'm going to put the awesome punk rock cruise theme show. Yes or no? Start a poll. I'll listen to the people. I mean, I don't know that I'll change anything, but let's see. I fell in love with the girl. Okay. What else happened? So we took a few days of vacay. Last Friday, Jenny B, did we leave at 6 or 6:30? Jenny B and I don't normally awaken at that time of the day because we just let our bodies naturally wake up. And so we got on the road at some crazy hour on Friday to go to Murphy, North Carolina, and we were in the car for 11 hours. Now, I'm too old to be in the car for 11 hours. This is what I've decided. We got stuck in traffic in Atlanta. That's a nightmare. But we had a wonderful few days. Murphy, North Carolina. We rented an Airbnb. That was a great experience. It was up on a mountain where you had to almost crash the car to get it up their driveway. But it was a beautiful look and a view. I guess that's what we call it, a beautiful view. And then we got in the car and drove more. We drove an hour one day over to Helen, Georgia, and we had a good time over in Helen, Georgia. We tubed the hooch. We didn't tube the hooch. And then we came back home yesterday, getting up at another questionable hour. I think Jenny and I both woke up at 3 a.m. and we got on the road at 4:30 a.m. and drove 9 hours home. And the 20 hours in the car made me realize that cruising's the best. I think I can only handle 4 hours. I think only 4 hours. So, yes, Aaron. So the new song is being performed by AI. I'm currently cooking a new song while the show was beginning. Let me see if it showed up. I wonder if I should just play it and then we'll go from there. Let me see if I can export it. Hold on. Hold, please. I don't know. I feel like I should probably listen to it before we do that. But shoot, let's just download it. It's only 1:35. Download the MP3. All right. Look, do you want me to debut a new song right here and now? Let me add it over to my sound bar. Any country music fans out there? Let's see. Don't stream copyright music. I got the license to this. Okay. Yes, you must serve lamb for a gyro. Man, the Fonzie show. I don't know why, Beer Master, I didn't pick it up. Again, it's a tough thing because I love everybody that I was with, but I always feel guilty because they left me in the record store. Like, just take your time. We'll just be sitting out here in the car waiting on you. And I'm like, oh. So if I had contemplated it more, I probably would have bought it. Probably would have bought it. But yeah. Let's see. Aaron Ross, thank you so much for the super chat. Yes, it is AI. And Nelly said, "Do you?" But meh on the new song. Yeah, the funny thing is, a lot of people are like, "Oh, it doesn't match your personality." But the folks that know me know that it absolutely matches my personality. Okay, I'm going to play a country song, though. You guys ready? Let's listen to this together. I don't even know what it's going to sound like, so hopefully it's not too crazy. I did write the lyrics on it, but the AI made the music. Here we go. Are you ready? Are you ready for AI music? Here we go. Hopefully you guys can hear that.
I couldn't hold it, but tried. When it let loose, my sister cried. Yep, it's true, it happened again. Here's the rub, I pooped in the hot tub.
What?
Tony B came round, yelling Code Brown.
Code Brown.
Code Brown.
Code Brown.
It was too late, that's the run. Someone pooped in the hot tub.
There you go, folks. That I've just debuted my new hit song, "Someone's Pooped in the Hot Tub." It's crazy what AL do. Okay, Sherilyn, thank you for being a channel member. You've hit your 1 month anniversary. Love the theme. I like the alt rock, and I think it matches you well. Thank you. You know me. You know me well. Thank you so kindly. Let's see. Chris says, while I prefer lamb with a gyro, forget this poll about the song. Okay, I'm going to end the poll. It's about 50-50. I'm probably going to drop it because it's 20 seconds long. I might just go no intro for the cruise show. Now, I'll always keep the 7-minute stinger for anything La Lita Loca, but the cruise show may not have one. Let's do a poll. Let's see. Start a poll. Do you say ye roll, or are you wrong, or do you say gyro? Let's put ye roll here phonetically. Ye, like yeehaw, roll. Gyro. All right, the problem today, yeah. So, okay, Lori and Gary, as you guys are creators doing your thing, it's interesting that some words will make your show be less profitable. And I did a lot of research. If you guys have really paid attention, I have probably not mentioned the word news in the last 40 or 50 shows because I found out that I get paid less if I say the word news. So essentially you get the same show. I just had to drop I really love that hook of cruise news and views for your face. I love that. But I found out when I quit saying news that I made more money for the same amount of effort, which that's what we're all shooting for, more money for the same amount of effort. So it's really interesting. If you're a YouTuber out there, pay attention to your titles, pay attention to the language that you use. All of those things are impactful when it comes to advertisement and how YouTube treats your videos. I do miss the old cruise news. That is me singing. That was an AI. But that's something to keep in mind. Something to keep in mind. Let's see. Yeah, the country song's hilarious. What was I going to say? I forgot what I was going to say. Yeah, Adam, you know what I mean. Gyro. I don't know that I could spell it. Yeah, so what I've learned through life is that most Greeks in the traditional sense call it a gyro, and people from New York call it a gyro. And then maybe David said a donair. Dave, when will I be in Halifax? I'll be in Halifax next month. I'm going to have to give me one of them donairs. Donair. Oh, I do like that song too, James. I need to use that song for something else, that Particle House. In culinary school, in they say gyro. Yeah, no L sound. Yeah, I just spelled it badly, but you guys know what I'm saying. I was just trying to phonetically get it up there so you'd know the difference. Most people say gyro, or a majority of people say gyro. Dan, we want to cruise with you and Jenny. Do you publish your planned cruises? I do not. We do some group cruises. That's the best way to cruise with us. We have 2 scheduled for right now. The problem is when I was publishing my schedule, I changed it a lot. And, I had somebody very angrily say, I booked a cruise just because you were going to be on it and you weren't going to be on it. And I'm like, well, you're not somebody I travel with, so that doesn't make sense to me. But, they're mad at me because they wanted to be on a cruise with me and I wasn't there. So, no, don't publish it. And I'm very shy in public. I'm happy to talk to people, but other than a group cruise, I don't know that you would have a great time with me because I'm only good for about 5 minutes. So, yeah. Is that country song autobiographical? No, I've never pooped in a hot tub nor seen anybody. Actually, I was on a celebrity ship when they called the code brown, but I didn't see it. Oh, somebody asked, why do I shout out Ludacris? One time I mistakenly attributed Ludacris as the singer of a song that was actually done by DMX, and I got roasted in the comments, and so I decided, you know what? I think it would be a fun game that if I attributed every song to Ludacris, it's fun to see when people jump in the comments and go, oh, don't you mean Like a Rolling Stone was done by Bob Dylan? And I like, it's good engagement because then I get to type, Bob who? Bob Dylan? Who's that? Is that some new guy? Who? The Beatles? Who's that? Do they own Volkswagens? What are you talking about? So, yeah, shout. And then when people get in the know, they love a good Ludacris joke. Am I right? Let's see. Okay, I mean, I am here to answer questions other than just being silly. And again, I could ruin my reputation, but the goal is about to expire. So we'll have to save that till later. Maybe I'll do it anyways. I don't know. Question. What are your new thoughts on the new MSC terminal in Miami? I liked it. So I cruised on MSC World America. I feel like I'm about a month out from that. And it was beautiful, and they were very efficient, and the process was good, and I thought it was one of the nicest terminals. Yeah, it was good. MSC. Because I'm MSC. Gregory T. paid for Steve Wozniak's, the Woz's autograph. The money went for a charity. He was a cool guy. Yeah, see, I could see giving money for charity and getting Woz's signature. It's always an interesting thing, the nerd versus the businessman. Certainly, Steve Jobs revolutionized the world, and it was his entrepreneurial drive that really took Woz's technological genius to the next level, and Woz never rose to that level of business acumen. But I think us nerds out there maybe love Woz more than Jobs. So, yeah. Question: favorite Virgin Cruise Line restaurant sailing for the first time in 2 weeks? Man, let me go back. Breakfast at that vegan place was good because they have bacon there, and the bacon was amazing. I ate at the steakhouse. What is that thing called? And I was very disappointed because I ordered a Caesar salad and they served it with egg, and it wasn't mentioned on the menu. So I disliked that. There's some restaurant I really love there, and I can't remember what it was. What's some of the restaurant names there? It's been like 3 years since I've been on the one Virgin cruise. How did I figure out that news killed your game? So I'm a data guy, right? So analytics are a big part of it. The way that we get paid is, well, so you can see you see two numbers on your analytics. One's called a CPM and one is called an RPM. And a CPM is the number that they charge the advertisers per 1,000 clicks of the ad, right? So you don't get paid for every view, but if people watch the ad, then you do get paid, and they will tell you how much they charged advertisers for those clicks. And so you start comparing. Okay, I did a ship tour video that made this CPM, but that was this CPM, but the news was much less than that. Okay, well, what if I still do the news show, but I don't call it the news show? Can I increase the CPM? That's the kind of, it's a wild business being a content creator, and you got to figure out every little edge you can if you want to maximize your profitability in your business. And that was one thing that I found. So Razzle Dazzle was the vegan bacon. That was good. Let's see. Question: did you go to the red phone booth on MSC? I saw it. I didn't get the invite. I wasn't part of the cool kids club, I guess. Nobody ever asked me to go to the speakeasy, but I heard other people talk about it. So overall, was Star everything you expected it to be? Hope you weren't demonetized due to all the music on that cruise. So James, I was very excited about Star of the Seas. It was everything I hoped it would be. I was happy as a pig in poo that they expanded that Royal Promenade by taking the cabins away and bringing in natural light. It changed the whole dynamic of the thing. It was amazing. It really was amazing. There was a lot of music around. I did have to go back and re-edit one of the videos. The cool thing is YouTube uses AI now. They're able to leave my voice in and take copyrighted music out. So I'm pretty sure on the first upload of my first day, on my embarkation day video, I'm pretty sure I got one copyright strike. And that's why I leave it unlisted. There's the other pro tip for all you creators out there. If you ever do anything and you feel like you have music in it, upload it as unlisted. Let it sit for a couple hours. Let the copyright thing get you, that kind of thing. And then use the tools to remove the copyright. And I've had no problem with it. No problem at all. Let's see. Oh, there's a lot of people. Aaron Ross, thank you so much for the super chat. Oh yeah, I think I did answer that one. Who's singing the AI? Shannon B, thank you so much for the super chat. And then Aaron with another super chat. Unrelated topic. I was visiting the Orlando area early July. Had Culver's for the first time and loved it. Have you tried it? Wish it was here. Yeah. So we had them in Charlotte, and then there's one just right down the road from me. I do like them. They have their burgers are good. They have interesting sandwiches. So like at Culver's, it's a burger place, but you can also get a Reuben. They have a pork tenderloin. They have a bunch of chicken sandwiches. We probably do it like once a month or something like that. But yeah, we like it. We like it. Thank you for the super chat. Back to the show. Back to the live chat. Most people say gyro. That's gyro. So Tony, what do I think happened to Amy Bradley? I mean, the picture of that lady that's apparently a worker, I guess it does look like her, but I'm always struck with the simplest idea that maybe she just went overboard. But I don't know. Like surely at this point, and I don't mean to call y'all Shirley, but surely at this point, somebody would have come forth with. I mean, all those people came forth with information, but you would think that she would be found if that was true. That she was still alive. Becky Woodhams, thank you so much. Or not thank you so much, but I agree. The pot roast sandwich is good. But thank you for thinking about the pot roast sandwich. Fried cheese curds. Oh, Jenny B. Oh, so yeah. So that was the thing. I was getting to it. We came home yesterday and it was like 87 degrees in our house and it was like 80 something degrees outside. And we had fortunately, there was a air conditioning company open, which I think probably makes sense because it's Florida and people are having trouble with their air. Guy came over, said, hey, we're going to put some Freon in this thing or whatever the current gas is. And hopefully we can limp you through a few weeks or whatever. And then apparently our compressor was about to catch on fire, and it just all turned bad. And the guy said, hey, you need a whole new unit. You need a 5-tonner instead of a 4-tonner. And so we ended up buying a whole new AC today, which was, if you're not, the fortunate thing is, we do have a rainy day fund, and it wasn't too bad financially. I mean, it stinks to pay the amount of money for an air conditioner all of a sudden, and it did suck overnight. But apparently, the house is getting cold. That's what I wanted to ask. When I went home at 5, the guy had just finished, and it had gone from 86 down to 84. Jenny B, is it cooling off in the house yet? Hopefully it is. Hopefully it is. Canadian Spring, any thoughts on a South American cruise? Yeah, I would like to do it. Are you planning on going down south to the is it Arctic or Antarctic? I always have it wrong, and I'm just going to say it wrong. But are you going to go further south, or you just want to do stuff around South America? Either way, I think it would be great. Poutine, that's right. Adam, I didn't get to meet Sailor. All right, look, I'll go ahead and say the thing that'll cancel me. Forget the goal. We'll just leave the goal up. But here's the thing. Here's the other thing that I made. The other beef I have with Royal Caribbean. What is that? Where's that noise coming from? Oh, I don't know. The other beef that I have with Royal Caribbean is the dogs. I don't care about the dogs, okay? Michael Bailey, the head of Royal Caribbean, he loves these dogs. And I tell you what, I was on the cruise and people were like, did you see Sailor? Did you see Sailor at Coco Cay? Did you see Sailor in the Royal Promenade? Did you see Sailor eating lobster in the buffet? Did you see Sailor driving the car in the Back to the Future show? Did you see Sailor dancing at the jet? I don't know. I don't care. I don't care. And now I could get canceled from Royal Caribbean. I'm glad that people love the dogs. I'm just not one of those people. So Sailor on Royal, to me, is as towel animals are to me on Carnival. It's a non-starter. So whoever asked me if I got to see Sailor, no. I didn't see Sailor. I didn't look for Sailor. I was treating Sailor like a duck. I'm not looking for that. All right? All right? Give me a beef empanada. I can't believe you guys drugged that out of me. Look, I knew tonight was going to be a show of revelations, and revelate I did. I love dogs too. Here, do you guys really want to hate me? We had a dog. We had this dog. Her name was Lady, and she was at whoever owned her. They had problems, and so they said, "Hey, we need some money, and we can't take care of this dog. Will you buy this dog from us?" Now, I think that's the true story. That's the story my wife told me, and I'm inclined to believe her. I meant to ask you the other day, Jenny B, was that a real story now that we're this far, or were you just pulling on my sympathy strings by saying that Lady came from a broken home? We bought this dog, Lady. We took care of her. She loved all of us. We loved her, and then we had to kill her. We had to put her down. She got the cancer, and we had to kill the dog. And I was like, this is a whole lot of pain that I paid money for. And I'm just not a big fan of it. Now, my thought process is I do love dogs, so it's really fun when my daughter's dog comes over or when my brother-in-law's dog comes. I love on all those dogs. I love on my mom's. I even renamed my mom's dog's name is Dude, but when he came down to Florida, I figured he'd need a Florida man name, so I call him Roscoe. He's a little Chihuahua, and he's pretty crazy. I love that dog. So I love all of those dogs, but I don't want a dog that I'm going to have to kill again. So I keep my heart closed when it comes to the dogs. But I think once I get to be like 80 years old, I'm going to do it the way my grandparents did. Once they got to 80 years old, they got a dog that was going to outlive them. But yeah, so don't paint me as a dog hater. That's not true. But you can paint me as somebody who doesn't want to kill a dog that I paid for. Okay? So there's that. I know they give you all, but look, I got a wife and a cajillion kids and all you friends out there. I don't need anybody else to love on me right now. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? All right, there you go. Question, Mary Dieter. Man, everybody's hit me with all the tough questions. What do you think about Royals power strip situation? I hate it. I think like my favorite thing is that Anchor power bank that's got the two AC outlets and the 2 USB-A outlets and the 2 USB-C outlets, it's the perfect solution. But now I can't bring it, and I'm afraid it's going to get confiscated. So now I just bring a USB thing. But hey, they got their reasons. Adam, I never met Rover. I wasn't on the Icon, and if I did, I wouldn't be looking for Rover either. Michael Bailey loves those dogs. Like, he's got videos of the dogs fall. Are those his dogs? That's what I want to know. Did Michael Bailey just find a way that I wonder if he wasn't allowed to keep dogs, and now he's keeping dogs on cruise ships? That I don't think that's true. Just there you go. Jenny B, I miss Lady too. So not good. Okay. Bill says, my feeling on Sailor the dog is if they can have a dog, then each passenger should be allowed to have. I paid my money. Look, there's a whole hierarchy there. I think he's actually a crew member or an officer or something. I guess if your dog was in the Navy or in whatever, maybe you could bring your dog on. I don't know. That's right. Some people can push through it. Gammy Delago says, I'm happy to have dogs and watch them die all the time. I'm just not the one. I'm just not the one for dog death, okay? I mean, please don't judge me. Scott Noble says, I'm thinking about doing the wrestling excursion in Cozy Mel. Is there fireworks or pyrotechnics in the show? Not a fan of loud noises. It's pretty loud. I don't know if there's small explosions. I mean, it's not a very big place, so I don't remember it, but I hate to say no and then there be pyrotechnics. It's pretty loud in there, but it's almost like a rock show. So if that kind of thing bothers you, then be cautious. Or if you can do like earplugs or something like that and that makes noise more tolerable for you, then you could possibly do that. But if that's not the case, then I don't know that I would do it. Yes, I am all jazzed up. What's Ludacris's dog's name? I don't know. Bob Dylan? You guys ever hear that? Who's that? Who's Bob Dylan? In the Navy. Shout out Ludacris, absolutely. Yeah, punishments. Where do punishments go? Those are fun. So the other thing, T. Jacob, in addition, I always do study the analytics, but then also I get bored of my own jokes. So I think punishment just went away out of boredom. Like, I don't know that I'll dance break forever. I'll get tired of that at some point. But it's fun right now. Get up. Cruising's for the birds, dogs and cats. Are we talking? Have we answered questions? If you guys have questions. Okay, so Gyro is the Gyro. Let's do another poll. It's in this poll. Gyro's the winner. New theme song's a winner. Gyro's the winner. Let's do wait, where's the poll? Oh, wait, start a poll. Do you have a Powerball ticket for tomorrow, and can I have it, Tom or... I don't have a Powerball ticket for tomorrow yet, but I had 0 numbers on my last Powerball. It's $1.3 billion. Fell in love with the girl at the rock show. $1 billion. Yo. Okay. What is my favorite punk band? I think I would say Dead Milkmen, followed by the Ramones, but then it all kind of loosens out a little bit, you know, because you got different versions of punk. But I would say most of, and I'm not a huge punk fan, I guess, you know, like, and Blink-182 sounds a little bit like punk. That's the one that's stuck in my head a little bit. But Dead Milkmen, then the Ramones. Beat on the brat. I have not watched Peacemaker season 1 or season 2. I can't warm up to John Cena in that role for some reason. But is it worth the watch, Canadian Spring? What's the best excursion for Grand Turk? Gosh, it's been a long time since I went to Grand Turk. Is Grand Turk where they have the rocky beach that sits right in front of the cruise ship? I don't think I've done anything other than Is that Jack Shack? Is that where you go? Of course, that dog's dead too. Why are we talking dead dogs tonight? Topher, remember him? Yeah. So Grand Turk, there's the beach there. You go down and you go to Jack Shack. That's a local joint there, and you get a little drinky drink. I think there's food down there, and then there's a Margaritaville behind, like near the port, and that's got like a pool and drinks. A lot of people go there. It's got a flow rider. I don't know what else is there to do in Grand Turk. I think I tried to swim the Rocky Beach one time, didn't like it. But yeah, Grand Turk. Anyone? Long Wave is from Australia. Good day. We do have some Australians in here. I don't know if Gay is still here or Ian, but we've got some friends. Yeah, there's Gay. Are you a Sydney sider? I don't want to kill dogs, honestly. I think that's been made abundantly clear tonight. Dead Kennedys. I did see a Dead Kennedys, Dan. I saw a Dead Kennedys album. Violent Femmes, do they count as punk or is that new wave? I like the Violent Femmes, but yeah, I don't know much about them. That's right. R.I.P. Yeah. Oh, Yeller. Thanks, Greg. That movie traumatized me when I was a kid. Question: have you sailed on the Carnival Mardi Gras, going on a 14-day transatlantic cruise to Barcelona in just a week and a half? Just curious. Yes, Huskers. I did sail on the Mardi Gras. There's some videos out there if you look La Lita Loca Mardi Gras. One of the big things that I did on the Mardi Gras. No, that was on the celebration. Yeah, Mardi Gras is good, and I liked all the shows in the middle. They have beef empanadas at the Java Blue, which is included. Royal. There's beef empanadas on one of Carnival's newest cruise ships. Because that's what you're supposed to put in empanadas. Beef. Yeah, I think you'll have a great time. For me, I would easily recommend those 3 new Carnival cruise ships. Those to me are the best of Carnival. You could even drop back into the Vista class. If somebody says, hey, I want to cruise on Carnival, I want a kind of a newer cruise ship experience with somewhat decent entertainment, good included food, I'm going to say go Vista class or XL class. Both of those deliver. The further back you go, like if you go all the way back like to Vista, I love Vista, but you really, if it's your first Carnival experience, I would go one of the XL class. Let's see. What cruise line has the best deals for solo cruisers? That's a tough one, Melinda, because I don't cruise solo that often. And so my mind always goes to cruise lines that have solo cabins like NCL. They have a whole dedicated solo cabin thing. Royal Caribbean has some solo cabins. But I don't know. That's definitely if there's a good travel professional out there. Somebody else answer that question. These solo travelers, who do you think's got the best solo program? Best escape room, the one that you can get out of. I don't know. They had a couple on Star. I haven't really done an escape room on the ocean. Yeah, Tammy D, Gyro is the way to go from a Greek perspective, but I do think a lot of Northeasterners say gyro. Do you get better deals with a travel agent? Sometimes. So the way that it works, so the reason I advocate for a travel agent, and we're not travel agents anymore, we do partner with our friend Walter from Where's Walter Travel. And if you click our link and you book with Walter, then we get a little finder's fee. So we do have a little, I just want to let you know that there is a money incentive there. But even if there wasn't a money incentive, the reason I think it's good to book with a travel agent is because most travel agents, now new travel agents, some fly-by-nights, some people that you don't know, you want to know how many cruises they booked. But like when Jenny B was booking travel, she'd booked well over, I think close to 2,000 cruises, definitely over 1,000 cruises. So, if you're somebody out there that's never booked a cruise or you booked 2 cruises or something like that and you just did it through the cruise line, you've got your 2 cruise experience booking versus somebody that's got thousands of bookings under their belt with problems and all that stuff. So to me, it's like you could learn how to fix your car watching a video, or you could take it to a mechanic that's got skills. And so that's one of the big reasons. The expertise is one of the big reasons to use a travel professional. The second reason is sometimes travel professionals have insights on group cruises where there's group pricing. And so say the hot new ship Festival for Carnival's coming out. Some of these travel companies will book 100 cabins and lock in a rate, or 1,000 cabins or whatever. They'll lock in a rate that their agents have access to. And so they may have better pricing than what you can get on the website. So yeah, possibility. They also may have, because of group bookings, onboard credit to give, those kind of things. But, if you're dead set on booking it yourself, then book it yourself. And if you're, dead set on having full control and not having to call somebody to make a payment, that kind of stuff, definitely book it yourself, because you don't want the hassle of like, oh, I booked it through a travel agent. Now I can't get a hold of the travel agent. It's a pain in the butt, that kind of thing. But for me, someone who doesn't want to look up my cruises and someone who doesn't want to deal with all that, I like them because it's a service that's essentially free. The cruise line's paying them. They make commission in every fare, whether you use an agent or don't use an agent. So I'm assuming they prefer you don't, because they get to keep that money. But so it's like a free expert, and that's why I like it. But it's not for everybody. There's probably we'll do that next. Okay, that's a good question. Do you have Power? Most people don't have Powerball. It's $1 billion. Like, I don't know. Am I crazy? I'm going to spend $20, and of course, maybe this will be the third time I spent $20. So I might be $100 into it, but you can't win if you're not in the game. I don't know what I would do with the money. I'm just worried that like $500 million would ruin me. We were having that conversation the other day. Would $500 million ruin you? I'm going to end the poll. Let me hit you with another poll. Let's see. Poll. Do you use a travel agent? Travel professional? To book your cruises. I put you cruises. To book you cruises. Do you use a travel professional? Do you like the juice? The juice is good. Start the poll. Let's see what you guys think. $1.5 billion. I mean, I saw some video, and I don't remember the ones, but there's so many other things that could happen to you before you win the lottery, like bad things, like get struck by lightning and all that stuff. T. Jacob, MSC Yacht Club versus Princess Sanctuary. I don't know. I've never stayed in the Yacht Club, and I've only had limited exposure to the Sanctuary. Anybody know the answer to that question? Yacht Club or Sanctuary? Yacht Club or Sanctuary? Yacht Club or Sanctuary? There you go. Zach the Traveling Man and Fraser at Sea both do the solo content. Yeah, there's probably a lot of solo stuff out there. Tiffany, are you planning on doing the Legend? Already booked the 28th sailing. I don't have anything booked yet. The only cruise line I'm gambling on right now is, for whatever reason, like I think maybe during the Wonder, I'm probably just not on anybody's radar. I've sent my press kit to Royal a couple times, and I don't get any love from Royal, so I have to pay my own way, which is fine. But sometimes those cruises are expensive. So like Icon, everything last year was multiple thousands of dollars just to go to places that I'd already been before, so I couldn't pull the trigger on it. But I am in the gambling system on Royal. That's the only cruise line I'm gambling on. And so I might, if they do what they did with Star and they give cheap rooms or cabins to gamblers, I might be able to get on Legend. But if not, I might have to wait till it's a little older. It was a great ship. I think Royal is actually my favorite line, which is pretty wild, but yeah. How much tax does it take in Canada? There's no tax. Yeah. So Canadian Spring, they take most of your money. So if you win, I think when it was $1 billion, the cash, you could take it in an annuity over the rest of your life, which most people don't believe that that's the best thing to do. So you just take a lump sum. I think it was going to be 500,000 lump sum. And I think the government was going to take 70% of that. So I think at the end of the day, your billion gets all the way down to like $200 million or something, which is wild, right? You win $1 billion and you get $200 million, which is still a boatload of money. Do you think Margaritaville will ever get an app? I would think so. Like most businesses eventually do try to get an app. So let's see. Do you get paid less if you skip ads? I think so. Yeah. I don't know how long you have to watch an ad, but I know that we don't get paid for every view. We only get paid when people view the ads. But again, I'm not. I'm fine. So I don't want anybody to change their viewing habits. No Powerball in Alaska. You can't get a ticket up there, D-Man? Only because I get complimentary cruises, so you have to use a casino agent. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Also, there's like UR Compt is interesting because that's like a charter organization, and they get so much business that they bring gamblers onto cruise lines. So you can take your offers. We've never done it, but you could, like, say you get an offer from Royal, you can go to You Are Comped, and they'll tell you other cruise lines that you can go on. But essentially, they're working like a travel agent also. So they're just saying, hey, we're going to bring a big group of gamblers. What can you do for us? So it's an interesting. That really is an interesting side of the business. Let's see. Yeah, Russell booked and transferred to a TA. That's always doable too. JH did the Norwegian Jewel for Alaska. Deborah likes to book your own vacations. Yeah, certainly. If that's your preference, then do that. Okay, here we go. Yvonne says that you pronounce that place on Royal La Cosinita. Is that what we're saying? La Cosinita. There you go. Yeah, empanadas, plantains. The plantains, I'll tell you what, we stopped at Buc-ee's and they have, no, they weren't even plantain chips. I think they were banana chips. But I got dried bananas covered in chocolate. Those were good. Gotta love a Buc-ee's. Is Mazatlan worth visiting? I feel like I did get off and do something in Mazatlan. I can't remember exactly what it was, but I would say yes. Let's see. Yeah, Nelly, we've never used your comp, so there's a challenge with it. You're not able to have sold the line you want on your comp. Dinner with Czar restaurant behind me. That sounds nice. When is the Comic-Con crew? Oh, you're asking Dan. It's in February. I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be a good time. Love the road trip video. Oh, thank you, Wendy. Yeah, so I think, honestly, again, we were talking a lot about YouTube. The cruise show, definitely the cruise show, the news show, the talking head show, the talking about what's going on in cruising show, whatever you want to call it. That definitely gets the most views on the channel, more so than vlogs. And so we did a vlog from Helen, Georgia, and I'm starting to put some of the vlog type stuff on the Tony Barnett channel. So I'll leave a link for that. But a whole lot of Jenny B in that one. I know if you're out there looking for more Jenny B, hopefully you're doing that in a positive way and not a weird way. I'll put a link to it. Hold on. Hold, please. Let's see if I can find a link. A linky link. We go to YouTube. We go to the YouTube channel, Tony Barnett. Yeah, so anything that's going on with me other than cruising, I'm just putting on the Tony Barnett. I mean, I still have the Lego channel, and I did buy some Lego for investment. I guess I should make a video on that and put it on the Lego channel. I'm still buying Lego. But yeah, if you want to see our day in Helen, Georgia, after the show or right now, watch that link right there. Watch it. Do you go live every Tuesday night at 9? We try, Kentucky Leisure. Last week, something was going on with YouTube, and we weren't able to go live. And then sometimes we're just tuckered out with the name like Kentucky something. You know what tuckered out means sometimes. But Tuesday night, 9 p.m., we've been doing that for, I don't know. When did we go live for the first time? 2018, late 2017. So, yeah, that's wild. We've been doing that for a long time. A long time. What's the most valuable album in your collection? Favorite album? Dead Milkman, Big Lizard in My Backyard, maybe the most. I think that's probably worth about 170 or 180. Favorite album's tough. So I went running through jazz for a while. I probably listened to by Charles Mingus every day for a couple weeks. And then the last time I was at Bananas, they had a bunch of Warren Zevon that I was looking for, that I looked for all over the country and everywhere I went. And somebody must have just went to Bananas and turned in a bunch of Zevon records. So I think over the last few, if you went to my house right now, on the turntable is the self-titled Warren Zevon. I've been listening to that a lot. Who sings the new a computer, a robot, Bacon von Meatwich? Yeah, it's AI. It made it in about, I don't know, just a few seconds, which is really freaky. Oh, let me show you this. I was showing this to the Patreons. We'll get a little behind the scenes here. Let me pull up that thing again real quick, and I'll show you what it looks like. Let's see. We just made the poop song in real time. All right, let me Might lose the mic here. You might lose me. Let's see. If we do this. So yeah, this is the. What's the one that's pretty interesting? I kind of like this one. Can you still hear me? Let's see. Yeah, I kind of like this one, but I don't know what to do with it yet. Check this out.
La Lido Loca presents the Cruise Show.
You guys digging that? I'm digging that. But it's too long again. It takes the 20 seconds to pay off. Here it comes, the payoff.
The Cruise Show.
I like that one. Yeah, it's so funny. This Suno AI.ai. I think I paid $96 and I get 6,000 prompts. So that should get me through the year. But that's where the new one came from, the Cruise Show. Where's the punk one? I think this is the punk one. Yeah, the 20-second one.
The Cruise Show, Tony be on deck.
I wrote the lyrics on this one, so we won't have it scream. So to answer the question, whoever was asking, a robot, I mean the AI made the song, which I like this website because for the $96 you get copyright, you get licensing so that you can use the songs without anybody ever coming back and trying to take the songs away from you. Don't take them away. Don't take them away. Beer Master, thank you so much for the super chat. Appreciate that. He's super chatty. Ow. Yeah, Cape Cod Ken. I'm a huge fan of the Paul Newman movie, The Hustler. That's probably one of the most real character studies and depressing things I'd ever seen. I remember I was shooting a lot of pool when I was like 17, 18. I'd go to a pool hall a lot. I remember renting The Hustler on VHS, and I thought, man, it's going to be a cool pool movie because I think Color of Money had just been out. I think I may have seen Color of Money before The Hustler, and I watched The Hustler, and I'm like, wow, this is one of the most depressing things I've ever seen. But it was depressing in a way that made you feel good about, not feel good, but really connect to the human experience. And then, of course, Color of Money, a fantastic movie. And that's where I got, like so many people, my first exposure to Warren Zevon, Werewolves in London. But then when I started collecting vinyl, my buddy Joe from Rocket Records here in town, I asked him, I said, hey, man, I know this Excitable Boy is supposed to be, good. I know Werewolves is on that. And so I bought that and I listened to it nonstop. And now I'm just digging deeper into the catalog. So I've listened to, I probably listened to the self-titled, the first album, 50 or 60 times. I love so many of those songs on there. So Hasten Down the Wind is a song that just blows me away. Aaron Ross, thank you for the belated birthday. Yeah, so I guess I was on the Star of the Seas during my birthday. So I guess next year, everything when you get old now, every 5 years it's a milestone, or is it every 10 years? 55 next year. So Don Wilson, I'm looking for Pretty in Pink because it's got the Otis Redding. I may just have to find the Otis Redding, but Try a Little Tenderness is a great song. But I remember that the rest of the Pretty in Pink soundtrack was pretty good too. So that's what I was looking for. And then Steve was talking about Eddie and the Cruisers. For your face. How far away from home is my studio? I don't know. Maybe 10 minutes. Not far. Not far. Yeah, Tower Records. That was the best. I was collecting CDs during that time, but have you ever booked an excursion through Shore Excursions Group? I've never, Robert. I think it would be fair to say that every shore excursion I've booked has been through the cruise line. I just like the guarantee that they'll get you back or get you somewhere next. I've probably done a private excursion, but if it is, it doesn't even stick out in my mind. But I don't think I've ever used Shore Excursion Group. Pretty in Pink. Do you guys want me to say it again? I can't stand this dog, Sailor. Let's look at Sailor one more time. Michael Bailey loves Sailor. And what was the other one called? Champ and Sailor. What was the other? It's a pretty dog. Don't get me wrong. Shots fired. There was a sequel to Pretty in Pink. What was the other thing? I don't know why I've been thinking about Smokey and the Bandit lately. So that was the weird thing. Like if you saw the show today, that's exactly what happened. I was talking in the car to Steve saying, you know what I haven't seen in a long time? I haven't seen Smokey and the Bandit. And I really want to see those Jackie Gleason scenes because I remember them being hilarious. And then we get into the cabin that night. I turn on the guy's Samsung Smart TV. I go to the YouTube app. I sign in as guest. I don't even sign in as me. And one of the first things it presents me on YouTube is to be able to watch Smokey and the Bandit. So how does that happen? That's just odd. That's just odd. But that's how it happened. I did watch half of it, which was good. Rover, that's it. Red Rover, Red Rover. Who's texting me? Okay. Nobody's texting me. Oh, what? Jenny said we have to bring Steve on the April group. Is somebody feeling Steve? Reunited. Question, is there more value in finding a record in real life or finding one online? The value for me is the ritual. So Rocket Records in town, Joe is buying records every week, and he has a section in the store called like new releases. That means they're new to the store. I love it. I go in there and I go to that section, and it's very therapeutic. I'm hoping I didn't have time to go today. I don't know that I have time to go to. It's going to be a busy week, folks. I'm hoping I get to go over there Thursday. I love to go down to Banana Records in Clearwater. You can buy anything you want online. You could probably buy it for a better price. But I love the ritual of going to a record store, supporting a local record store owner. I don't really even buy big box. Even, I've gone and looked at like Target clearance, or I've gone to look at Best Buy clearance or Barnes & Noble. I don't even like that. I love just going and supporting the local record store. It's really neat because it feels like you found your tribe. Like, well, go in there and talk to Joe. Like we're having this discussion that I had on the video the other day. Like, what's the better live album, Kiss 1 or Kiss 2? You don't really get that online. So, yeah, I like it. It's like going to the comic book shop on New Release Wednesday. You get to talk to people, which is nice. It's an interesting thing. I'm kind of introverted, but if you can talk to me about stuff that I'm interested in, I can hang right there with you. If you're talking to me about stuff that I have trouble being interested in, then I get lost. But if we're having a conversation about stuff that's familiar to me, I'm doing pretty good. Patootie, how many total cruises? I think I'm at 69 or 70, maybe. I've been trying to enter all my cruises in on the Cruise Globe. I recommend the Cruise Globe. I like that app because it tells you how many days you've been on sea in all your countries. I got most everything in Shipmate. Let's see what Shipmate says, but I feel like I'm missing something in Shipmate. Wow, Shipmate says 70 past cruises. So if I got that right, then it could be 70. 70 past cruises since 2017 and 4 upcoming cruises. Yeah, Sharon got it on DVD. I got to watch the rest of it, and it had ads, so that was kind of, but man, the Jackie Gleason lines are just insane. Vinyl record stores. Dan, I think I've seen some videos of that. I definitely saw somebody who's a vinyl reseller that was going and doing a haul out of some stores in Seattle, which obviously is not the same thing, but it is on the same side there. But yeah. What would you buy for Jenny if you won the Powerball jackpot? I don't know. It's tough. I mean, whatever she wants. I mean, I try to get her anything she asks for. So if we had $200 million, that was the interesting thing because we were having that conversation in the car, which went on a lot longer than we showed. If you're unfamiliar with the video that we made in Helen, Georgia, that's on the Tony Barnett channel, we have a pretty big discussion about the Powerball and who we would give money to. And that's why Jenny choked me out because I told my favorite lottery joke. Favorite lottery joke being this, which I contextualized it for me and Jenny. But a guy calls his wife on the phone and says, "Honey, I just won the lottery. You need to start packing." And she says, "Well, should I pack for winter or should I pack for summer?" He said, "I don't care, just as long as you're gone when I get home." That's the joke that got me choked out in the car. But the interesting thing is, like Steve's like, you could give 100 people $10,000 and that would only be $1 million. That would only be like a dent in your money. So who's the 100 people you would give $10,000 to, or how much money would you give your siblings, or would you give your, we were having that discussion of like whether you would give your kids money outright, or would you put it in a trust, or could you imagine like anybody that has kids out there, do you feel like if you dropped $1 million on your kids, do you think they would be able to handle it, or that kind of money would kill them? I mean, would they buy dogs that were going to die? I don't know. But there's a lot of, I think the fun thing about playing the lottery, and I don't do it frequently because I think you could do it frequently and chase a dream for nothing and waste a lot of money. That's my personal opinion. But I think from time to time, it's fun to take a shot at $1 billion. And the neat thing is for like 12 hours or 14 hours before the drawing, you get this weird euphoric, like, what would I do if I won $200 million? It's a fun conversation. And maybe, honestly, the outputs of that conversation might kind of lead you into how maybe you want to be more charitable now, right? If all of a sudden you're going, well, if I just had some money, I would do this or I would do that. The reality is maybe you do have a little bit of money that you could do some of those things, and you don't have to wait for the satisfaction of doing those kind of things by waiting to have the money. But yeah, it's interesting stuff. Cuban Chef, thank you so much for the super chat. Thanks to you, I told my wallet we're going on a cruise. Now it's seasick from all the charges. There you go. Man, what an addictive thing cruising is, for sure. Thank you so much for the super chat. Super chat. Jenny B said I would get her a new suitcase so that she could pack and get out the house. Get out the house. Tony, I'm heading out on the Carnival Paradise this Sunday. Thanks for all the great content. You think Kiss Alive 1 is better? I got to tell you, so on the video, Joe said Kiss Alive 1 was better, but then days later, he text messaged me saying that I went back and I listened to Kiss Alive 2, and he's going with Kiss Alive 2. Now, there could be a great argument that Live After Death by Iron Maiden is better than both of those albums, but I'm not going to say that out loud. Somebody will track me down. Recommended ship for Alaska cruise, Princess, Holland America have the best reputations, in my opinion, in Alaska, but everybody's doing it. So if you have a favorite cruise line already, maybe you do that. But if you don't have a favorite cruise line, I would recommend Princess because they have really great naturalists and the ships are really set up well to view Alaska. But don't do crazy gymnastics to do something that you've never done before, because you want Alaska to be a great familiar experience. And so if you already love Carnival, or if you already love Royal, if you already love Norwegian Cruise Line, do that. They're all doing it. They're all doing it. Kiss Alive, way better. Yeah, Joe was saying that he felt the studio stuff made it better. And I tell you what, My Love is Larger Than Life is a great song, but I still love Shock Me and Rocket Ride because I'm an Ace fan. You know what I'm saying? Sharon thinks the Maiden, right? We can never surrender. Ba, 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 ba. Yeah, I didn't really get into Maiden until I was older, but there was a good 6 months that most of the show that I made came off of me listening to a lot of Maiden in the morning. So if you find a really kind of jacked up fast show, that was probably because I was listening to some Iron Maiden. Oh, wow, it's 10 o'clock. Okay, it's been a long day. Thank you guys so much. I hated to come here and, put Royal on blast like I did, but I don't know many people would disagree with me. If you're going to have a gyro place, you got to have the lamb meat. I think that's true. I just think that's a universal truth. And if you're going to give out empanadas, you got to give the people a beef empanada. And we love Sailor the dog and Michael Bailey's obsession with those dogs. So, thanks everybody for coming out tonight. Hopefully, answer your question. If I didn't, maybe throw it in the chat. But as usual, much love and respect to the local fam. You guys rock, and I appreciate you guys. Love you, Jenny B. Hopefully, when we get home, it'll be cool. I got to do my dailies on Call of Duty. I'm obsessed about way too many things. Like I got to do my dailies. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. My name's Tony. For the lovely Jenny B, we'll play the poop song on the way out. For the lovely Jenny B, we'll see you on the Lido. Bye. Oh, you probably can't even hear that though. Maybe you can. Yeah, you can hear it.
But tried when it let loose, my sister cried.
The payoffs, the pooping in the hot tub.
It happened again, here's the rub.
Here's the rub.
I pooped in the hot tub.
Pooped in the hot tub.
Tony B came round, yelling Code Brown.
Code Brown, y'all. All right. Thanks for stopping by. Tony for Lolly Luca. See you on the Lido.
That's the run, someone pooped.